What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Killswitch Engage. Yes, indeed. Killswitch Engage fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bot, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Frank Canini, and Frank wanted to see me react to this song. It is Killswitch Engage doing a cover of the Dio classic tune, Holy Diver. Now, have I heard this song before? Yes, I have, as a matter of fact. Not this cover, but the original song by Dio. Yes, I've heard the song. One of the first hard rock albums I ever owned was Holy Diver. Loved that album, start to finish. There really isn't a bad track on the entire album. And Holy Diver, probably one of the most famous songs by Dio. So, yeah, I've absolutely heard the original. Now, so I'm familiar with the original song. By the way, I've played the original song a few times. So, yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the song. Now, having said that, though, I've never heard this cover that Killswitch Engage has done of Holy Diver. So, full transparency here, not trying to hide anything from anybody. I will not be reacting to the original song itself in any way, shape, or form. Okay, I know the song, I'm very familiar with the song. I will be basing my reaction, my evaluation of my score completely on the cover that Killswitch Engage does. Are they going to do a carbon copy cover and play the song note for note, beat for beat, tone for tone, exactly like the original? Or are they going to put their own little spin on it, you know, kind of take it out in the left field a little bit? I don't know. Let's wait and see. Let's see. This was posted by Roadrunner Records, okay? And the video has 42 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Killswitch Engage, Holy Diver, official video. Wah, wah, wah.
All hands, race for impact.
Yeah, there's that word official coming off of their official page. Yes, indeed. Look, you already know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is, yeah, we just got to be careful, and we're going to wait and see what happens and hope for the best. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Make way for the king. Make way for the king. Okay. Carbon copy covers so far. Oh. I like that halftime feel. Come on. I'm digging the cover. I absolutely am. I love what they're doing with the changes in feel. Switching things around. Okay, so the original song is all in straight time. There's no deviation. They're doing halftime, straight time, and double time. And they're doing it in very key places. I like it. I especially like the halftime. It gets very thick, very crunchy, very heavy feeling when they switch to that halftime feel. I like it. I really like it. Now here's the thing. Other than that, though, it's pretty much a carbon copy cover. Other than that, notation, chordal progression, the tempo. Yeah, the tempo is about the same actually. I think the original is just a tiny bit faster. Stylistically, definitely more modern sounding. In the mix, that comes down to tone, guitar tones, bass tone, mix engineering. Definitely more modern sounding, heavier and thicker sounding. I like it. I absolutely like it. Now, there is one thing, and I know what everybody is probably wondering what I'm going to say about this. Wait a minute. Should I hold off? Yeah, I'm going to hold off on it. I know what everybody wants. I know what everybody wants to hear. I'm not going to say what it is. You know what it is. You know, and I know that you know. And you know that I know that you know. But I pretend that you don't know, and you're going to pretend like I don't know that you know. But know that I know. Everybody knows. So, I'm going to save that for the end. Let's get back into this, and let's keep going. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I already said pretty much everything I needed to say during the course of the reaction, but there is one factor that I know everybody's dying to hear. So we will discuss that factor, I promise, in the review, and I'm going to make you wait. Oh, I'm going to make you wait. Why? Because I'm a mean-spirited guy. That's why. Let me get my thoughts together. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm almost positive I didn't. But let me just double check. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about everything, including that thing. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Killswitch Engage with a cover of the Dio song "Holy Diver." This was a request from Frank Ganini. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I already said pretty much everything I needed to say. There is one thing, I promise you, we will discuss it, that I'm sure everybody is just dying to hear my opinion about. So I will get to it. I will get to it, I promise. Let's start with the score first, and then we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.3. Yep, 8.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.3. What does that mean? Well, an 8.3 would translate to a great scale rating because overall, I think this was a great cover. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. Yeah, an A- for a cover. Not a bad way to go. So there you go, an 8.3, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Like I said in the beginning, I'm not taking the original song itself into account here with the score. The original song means absolutely nothing, okay? I'm very familiar with the original song. I've been listening to the original song for decades. I've played the original song before. I've heard it more times than I can possibly count. So I'm very familiar with the original song, okay? I am basing my score and my evaluation completely on the cover that Killswitch Engage did. And I gotta say, they did a great job. They really did. They stayed true to the original while at the same time taking some liberties and making this cover their own and taking it out into left field a little bit. Maybe not so much through the usage of chordal progression. The chordal progression was the exact same. But for starters, they stayed true to the original key, but they played around a lot with feel. A lot, because the original song stayed in straight time the entire time. Snare on 2 and 4. This cover had straight time, it had half time, and it had double time. All used very strategically in very effective ways. Ways that made the song sound lighter, ways that made the song sound heavier, ways that disguised the song to make it feel like it's going faster, even though it really didn't, through the usage of that double time feel. Not actually switching to double time. I like everything that they did with the arrangement of this. And yes, I absolutely do count that as taking the song and make it their own. There was definite mutations. I just did a cover, the very reaction before this one, the Rock Orchestra doing a cover of a Metallica song. And all they did was they took the original song and they transposed it. They kept everything else the same. They kept the notation the same, the progressions the same, the feels were all the same, the patterns were all the same. All they did was shift keys. That's it. I do not count that as making a song your own or making a cover your own. That is a transposed carbon copy cover. This was not. This was taking the feel of the song and taking it in multiple different directions, all done strategically and appropriately. So yes, they did a great job with this cover. Love the modern sound of the guitar tones. I think they did a fine job bringing that modern tone, modern sound, modern attitude to a classic song. And I liked everything that they did. I absolutely did. I think they did a great job overall. Now, let's discuss the subject that everybody is dying to hear. Let's talk about the vocals. Okay, here we go. Listen, Ronnie James Dio was one of a kind. He absolutely was. There was never anyone like him, and there will never be anyone like him ever again. The mighty metal midget is what he was often referred to in the metal world. And listen, I I absolutely agree with it. The dude was short, no doubt about it, but he sang like he was 6'5". I mean, the guy's voice was just powerful beyond belief. Amazing diction, amazing foul formation, amazing support, amazing projection, amazing pitch control. The guy just, he had it all. And on top of that, he had a stage presence that defied his height. I mean, he absolutely did. You talk about a one-of-a-kind performer. He's definitely there. If you were to ask me, my top 10 favorite frontmen, he'd be in that top 10 list, without question. Without question, he would be in that top 10. If I'm being honest, probably top 5. If I'm being honest, he was absolutely one of a kind. How did this vocalist compare? He's not Ronnie James Dio. No one will ever be Ronnie James Dio. And to make comparisons like this, in all honesty, it's unfair, okay? Because you're asking me to take a mortal man and put him up against a god. I mean, it's not exactly fair. But I will say, he did not do Ronnie James Dio any injustices. He sang really well. Everything he sang sounded good. It sounded conducive to what was happening within the cover. Now, if you were to take his vocals and replace Ronnie James Dio's with his vocals, would it work on the original recording? I don't think so. I don't think it would. I mean, I would have to hear it before I would be able to really and truly pass judgment. But I'm really trying to get that idea in my head and hear what it sounds like. No. His diction isn't as good as Ronnie's. So, Ronnie James Dio is always going to be the king of this song. I'm sorry. There's just no. I don't think anyone's ever going to cover the song from a vocal standpoint and beat Ronnie James Dio. I just don't see it happen. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone will come along and I'll hear it and I'll go, you know what? I was wrong. And I will be the first to admit I was wrong. Trust me when I say that. But not yet. It hasn't happened yet. But what he sang and how he sang was very, very nicely done. And it absolutely fit this cover like a glove. So, no disrespect to him. He did a great job on this cover without question. Okay? If you're going to ask me who sang better, I'm sorry, but Ronnie James Dio sang it better. But in any case, an 8.3 for this cover. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.3, which is a great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope that was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.